Fair enough. That reminds me of a. Oh, baby! Wow. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pink Slips ball review where we do ball reviews a little different, with the low score in the match you're about to watch losing their bowling ball to one of our subscribers. Make sure you comment down below for a chance to win that. Make sure you click that bell because 7 days after we post this video we will comment the winner, and you're going to make sure you get alerted of that comment. So if you win, you get your bowling ball. So today we are going to be doing the Envy Tour Pearl by Hammer. Our players are Richard Castings. He has 25 300s, 8 800 series, and he will be our pro shop guy, kind of giving us the technical perspective from him recommending it to customers. And then our Hammer staffer is going to be Matt Jones, 260 300 games, 160 800 series, and 2 PBA regional titles. And as our staffer, he can help us compare this to other Hammer bowling balls for you hammerheads out there. And then our last bowler is Michael Fitzgerald, 2300s, 13800s. He's got a top 12 at a national tour stop and a top 24 at the USBC Masters. So 3 very good players. Let's get into our pre-match predictions.
All right, Matt, we're throwing the Envy Tour Pearl. Who is losing their ball, and what is their low score going to be?
Oof, I think on this end, it might actually be Fitz. They're getting pretty choppy and nasty out there, even with the Envy Tour Pro. They're a little squirrely. I think low score is going to be in the low to mid 90s. High score, I still think it'll be close with all of us. Will be in the 1-teens.
Is that your score, or is that just?
I want to say it's going to be me, but it can also be JR because his softer speed I think is going to be complementary to that Envy Tour Pearl. So I'm hoping it's me, but I could see JR getting there. I think he can get this one.
All right, Fitz, we're throwing the Envy Tour Pearl. Who is losing their ball, and what is that low score going to be?
I'm going on a limb on this one here, and it's going to be Matt losing his ball this time. It's going to be 97 is what he's going to shoot.
And what do you think your score is going to be?
Feeling a 129. Feels pretty confident. I love this ball so far. I've had it. I got pretty good ball motion what I got going on out there right now. It's just lanes are tricky, and it's going to benefit me more than it will the other 2 guys. So we'll see.
Right on, man. Good luck. All right, Rich. We are testing the Envy Tour Pearl. Who's bowling low score, and what is that score going to be?
I don't know who's going to bowl low score, but I'm going to guess that it's going to be 100. Michael's going to shoot 100 because I think he's going to struggle with this ball to see the right spot of the lane, since we just beat him up pretty bad with the extreme envies.
And then what's your score going to be?
I'm going to go for an all-time high for myself, and I'm going to go for 120.
Sure enough.
All right, here we are with the roll-off. High count determines the order of the match. If they tie, then it is whoever hits the pins first.
And it wasn't even close.
And Rich not only hit the pins first, but also is the only one to strike. So he's going to determine the order of the match, and then we will get started.
All right, Rich. What's the order?
There it is. We'll just run with it.
The same order as last game?
Yeah.
All right. Here we are. Rich has determined the order. Rich, any strategy on the order?
No.
Easy. No. These 3 guys, just so you know, just finished the match for the Extreme Envy, so you can go check that out. And they also have done the Comparisons ball review, which if you like a more traditional ball review of essentially just them throwing shots and talking to you while they're throwing shots, you can check that out, Comparison ball review for the Extreme Envy and the Envy Tour Pearl. Rich, for you, do you have a favorite between the 2 yet?
I don't have a favorite, just because this is really my first time getting to throw them a little bit. So
Sure.
Right now, I'm definitely leaning on the Extreme Envy being like my house shot hero ball. Gets through the front part of the lane super easy, still reads in the mids, and it just makes one hell of a move down lane.
Match getting started. Matt is getting us started on the left lane. Oh.
I know that feeling.
Wow. So, pretty interesting difference between this so far for Matt and the Extreme Envy match. You can go watch that to understand what I mean. I think Fitz, you had Jones being low managed, so it looks like you might be right so far. 7-10 to start.
Yeah, I did. Just knowing like how he throws the ball and what's going on out there with the lanes as we were trying to practice a little bit. I'm going to see him getting a little bit of over-under with the Pearl ASIM going down the lane with the surface here. So let's see if it works out.
Yeah. I didn't want to spoil the viewers to know what happened in the Extreme NV video, but I told them that it was slightly different. Slightly different result than that 7-10. Did you like that shot off your hand?
I did,
or?
but I think I might have caught it in the oil a little bit too long. That's why I just didn't finish. As I told you, this place gets tight down lane, so that was pretty much a product of that. Didn't throw it bad. Probably could have gone a little farther right, but I mean,
let's see if Fitz grab that one a little bit more. It looked like, yeah. I think he saw the 7-10 and didn't want to.
Right. I see that. That's how you get the 7-10 out. I got you.
Fitz is already talking a little trash.
He already is. As he should. He just struck. He's doing good.
So I was asking Rich if he had a favorite between the two yet. He said not quite. He's still kind of figuring them both out, learning both of them. Do you have a favorite between the two?
I do. I've thrown them enough now. I like the Extreme Envy right now just because it's a little more usable. But the Envy Tour is still pretty good. I'm not going to say it's far behind the Extreme Envy, but the Envy Tour is pretty good. It has its use later in the blocks, for sure.
Here's Rich. Let's see if he can get it going. He's definitely hooking it the most between you three.
Slower ball speed.
Yeah. So Fitz, this ball is kind of unique in that it's a low diff ASIM. Anything so far that you feel like you could compare it to that you've thrown before, or do you feel like it's compared to like lower price point or lower performance stuff, or what are your thoughts so far?
I don't know what it would compare to in my bag so far at the moment. I've only thrown it a week now, and I on the little bit of higher friction house over at Lakeview, and it just destroyed over there. It's definitely super clean to the front, and then once it gets to that friction spot, it does make a bigger U-turn than I expected it to, given the fact that it's such a low intermediate differential on the ball.
Good shot, though.
But I'm very impressed with this so far, so let's see if I continue making it good now.
Yeah, Maddie bouncing back there after the 7-10.
Yep, just got to get it to the friction a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Rich, this is kind of a unique ball in that it's a higher price ball, but it's a slightly weaker cover and it being pearl, and it's also lower diff ASIM. We'll watch the shot with Fitz here and see if he can keep it going, but I'd be curious to know how you approach this type of ball when you're recommending to customers. If you can maintain the lead over Matt. Oof. That was
and you talk about my 7-10.
That was very close to a 5-7-10, or at least a 5-7.
Out the 10 pin on that shot.
So I think Jonesy picked Fitz to be low, and Fitz picked Jones to be low. And Rich, I wrote down Mike here, so that means you had Fitz as well. Yeah. So maybe you guys were right. We'll see. But he got the 7-10 out, so that's a huge.
That's over me. I didn't 5-pin though.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, that was about the same hit as yours.
It was.
But you have 8-1 and he has 9 spares. So we will follow up with Rich on that question about how he recommends this particular ball to customers once he gets back. Fitz, do you feel like yours hit harder than Matt's, or?
Oh man, that was I got it outside obviously, and I didn't even know if I had a chance to get back to the pocket for one, and then there's that U-turn it makes that I told you about, but it was just a little too late and did not hit very well on that shot because
at least got the 7 out though.
Even
a 5-7, Jesus. Yeah, dude, that's soft speed, man.
Oh, and all of a sudden.
Yeah, I definitely have the right lane playing a little bit tighter right now too, and then we still have that ramp in play, which makes things interesting. So
yeah. So Rich, do you feel like well, first let's revisit the last question. How do you typically approach recommending this particular bowling ball over, say, a lower price point, weaker bowling ball?
I think that I would be more inclined to push a player that likes to keep the ball in front of them, that doesn't expect the ball just to bang sideways off the friction. It's definitely a lot more controlling piece that just doesn't shut down. So far, in my comparison, I'd have to say that it's not as responsive as the Evo response, but it's definitely a little bit stronger than my GB4 hybrid.
Okay, so kind of an in between.
Yeah, I think it's like that.
710 got out there. That was a pretty good shot. Fitz, are you thinking about trying to hit it a bit more, or is it just that right lane you're worried about?
No, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to throw it right.
Got it. Fair enough. So, Rich, the other question I was thinking for you is, being both of these guys feel like with the softer speed, you got a bit of an advantage with this ball. Do you feel that way as well in this match?
Absolutely. Although Michael is a shot maker and he throws the ball phenomenal, this would only be a piece for him for a very specific pattern play. Houses like this that have a lot of built-in friction and your typical house shots, it's just too much over on me.
I see. He's still coming. Got the 5 out.
He did the senior move right, top it a little more.
We might have another great match here. There was a fantastic match in the Extreme Envy match, so please go check that out. Seems like you got the 5 out there.
I saw that ball actually got to the spot, the better one in red, and drove through the pins. Like I said, the last shot I just got it too far right. So don't miss.
It's a short format. It's a rough format. See if Rich can keep it going. Ooh, split the 8-9. All right, let's see if Matt can. Man, this column is just poorly placed for me to give you score updates. Score should be over my head, but I can't see it from there. He's got a strike to stay in the match. Oof, and I black clouded him. So, guys, layouts on this type of bowling ball, when you have like a lower diff ASIM, do you do it different, or do you still kind of use a favorite layout?
So right now I'm just using my favorite layout. It's kind of typical. I think it's like a 45 by 4.5 by 30, 35, somewhere around there.
So for those of you at home, that's basically pin up.
Pin up a little above and to the right of the ring finger. The mass bias on this one kicked out to the right a little bit. Not super close to the VAL, but not next to the thumb either. So it just gives me a more predictable middle of the road roll.
Got it. What about you?
On this particular ball for myself, 30 by 4 by 45. I try to keep it something super simple, just because again, going back to the over-under.
Right. Just helping to keep smoothing it out.
I threw that one really good too. I did not expect it to go sideways like that. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, and it's just red. Jesus. I think I just hit the spot with that Extreme Envy when we're throwing it prior to. Yes. Pretty sure I hit the spot.
All right, let's see if Fitz can stick with it here. He's got a
Right?
Yeah, and we still have distractions, folks. Don't forget about those. For those of you watching for the first time, each player gets one distraction that they can use to distract their opponent. They just cannot touch them or their bowling ball. And we had some pretty good ones last match with the Extreme Envy, so you can go check those out. But in the last match, they had all the distractions in pretty quick. And here, they have... Oh, he's going to do a distraction for the spare. He's trying to hustle up.
Oh, no.
Oh. Still went for it. That was a last minute. You know, that's the first time, though. It's an interesting strategy trying to distract him on the spare a little bit, just because you need him to kind of open to get back in the match a little bit. So,
left lane, so
yeah.
that was my chance.
Fitz, did the distraction do anything, or you were pretty locked in?
No, I'm fine on that. I've when I was younger, my dad made sure I knew how to like try to block out everything's around me as best I could. So he ran drills on me all the time when I was starting to bowl competitively. So stuff like that doesn't bother me. It's the odd sounds that you don't expect in the bowling center that throw you off.
Fair enough. That reminds me of a
Oh, and he laced it.
Oh, baby! Wow.
Laced it.
That was definitely one of those odd sounds. I was going to say it reminds me of when Archie did the Chihuahua at Bolero Mesa. That one was a good one. That was he like
That was something.
absolutely aced the Chihuahua tiny dog impression.
Yes. You ran up on that.
So, Rich, do you have the lanes any different, or do you feel like the ball is kind of helping you kind of camouflage or mask any type of lane issues?
On the right lane, I've gotten far enough left to kind of take the front part of the lane out of play. And I'm just relying solely on the ball. hopefully going through the pins enough to carry.
Right. All right, let's see. Matt's pretty much got a strike here, and we'll need some help. He didn't like that one, but got the 7 and the 10 out, so that's good. Do you Rich, do you see any scenarios where you might hit this ball with surface, either for yourself or for customers, as the pro shop guy?
I may not want to change surface too much on it, but maybe just like 3,000 or 4,000 without any compound on it, just to get a little bit truer read on it.
Right. That makes sense. So still it's still meant to be a cleaner ball, but just a little smoother finish for a little smoother reaction. See if Matt can get this one. A little in, but good shot. I'm going to try and get some scores here. What can he get to? 06? So Fitz just needs a mark. So this is back-to-back matches that it came down to the 10th frame. We'll see who walks away with the victory. Don't forget the winner gets to take over the booth. So it's not just about being the low man, but it is also, you do get something for winning as well. Also, something I did forget to mention in the last video is Hammer has a very cool promotion for both of the NV balls that you can go pick out a Hammer hoodie.
A selection of 4 or 5 different ones.
Yeah.
Folks, check it out. They are very, very nice.
Jonesy, have you, as a staffer, do you get access to the free hoodie?
I do not. Those are only for customers only. Staffers, we don't really need them. Like, we can get them if we really want to, but this is mainly for the customers that purchase them through the pro shops, online, wherever you guys get your bowling balls at.
Yeah.
Great deal, too.
All right, Jonesy, you forced him.
I did. I forced him. I wanted to get a 5 count to get 101 because I thought that just had been fun. Oh, that's a good shot.
That was a good shot.
Where fist pump too?
Did everybody use their distractions? I'm a terrible host. I already forgot.
You're the only one that hasn't used it.
I think I was more.
Oh, you might be the first person ever to win and not even use one.
Oh my god, I aced that one. You know what I mean?
Or you, or yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Do you feel like you're better friends with Fitz or Jonesy? Right here on YouTube.
I think that we're all pretty
Yeah. This is dramatic.
Oh, he do it good.
Oh, still got it.
nicely done, Simon.
Oh, giving him the ear. Needs the. I don't know if you guys saw the guy, tennis player who did did that one. For those of you tennis fans out there, Fitz should have worked that one in there. So, Jonesy.
Yes, sir.
Looks like
I'm losing my ball, which is okay. I'm fine with it. You know, it's some customer, person who subscribes, get to have the ball. I'm okay with that.
this is your third Pink Slips video, first loss though.
Yes. I'm 2-1. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy with 2-1.
That's pretty good. We had a conversation back here that Richard was the only one with the distraction left, but he didn't need it to necessarily win. So I think he was just pulling one for his boy. So I asked him, I was like, do you like Jonesy or Fitz more? And
There's your answer.
he told us like, oh, I love both of them, but then he gave you the hump day in the backswing. So, but it didn't distract you.
No. I'm pretty good with the distractions.
I don't know, guy.
I'm pretty good with them.
Yeah, but, I mean, watch the other video for the NV Tour. You'll see some great distractions going on in that one. They were fun, and
will we have a perfect score? And this has the potential to not be our first perfect score. I don't know how to say this without ruining or spoiling, but I can't say it's our first one. Yes, Kevin, the cameraman, bowls 150.
well, I've yet to see Kevin miss.
Yeah, I mean he's got him zoned. Ooh, that's a little in. Oh, we black clouded him. And so it looks like JR's your winner. He's going to be taking over the booth. Let's do a final score, 1 to 10 on this bowling ball. How much do you guys like it? 10 being a lot, 1 being a little. Where would you put it?
So far early on, I'm going to say at least an 8 for me. It's definitely clean, but like I said, it comes off the spot in the back really well, drives through the pins. I mean, they say nothing hits like a hammer, and this is just another example is why they have that saying. So.
Yeah. Maddie?
I say about an 8 too. It definitely has its purpose in my bag for later blocks. And we bowl plenty of tournaments where we're 8 games, 7 gamers, stuff like that. So no, it definitely has a spot in my bag. Gives me the confidence that the ball is going to come back. So no, definitely an 8 for sure.
Well, we'll get JR in here getting his first one. I think, Rich, this is your third video as well, right?
Third video.
Yeah, and you 1 and 2, yeah. And I'm sure this feels nice to take over the booth and talk to Jonesy about how much his ball almost took out the 10-pin on that first shot.
Well, we were all off on our low scores. Jared was the only one that was closest.
I was not too far off.
Yeah.
I had 6-pin difference between when
90,
I
97,
Right.
and 100.
Yeah.
High score of 120, 129, and 110.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty close. The fact
Yeah.
we bowled this well on this is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, guys.
They got pretty bad.
I mean, there's got to be almost 1,200 plus reps between the three of us. We did a lot of bowling before Michael got here.
Mm-hmm. We did.
So
we did.
they were already naturally pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Overall, both of the balls that we got to throw today are phenomenal, and I think that they will fit in a variety of different play styles. Today, I think the biggest thing I take away from the NV Tour is that it is going to be something that we're going to use a little bit later in a block when they start to get a little weird in the middles, because this ball just it's so continuous and rolly. So, Matt, what do you think on that?
No, I completely agree 100%. Gets through the fronts really clean, gets around the corner. It doesn't go super forward, even for being low diff. It continues, which is really nice, even though it's asymmetric, but it's a low diff asymmetric, and there's not, I don't think there's any asim low diff asim balls out there. So definitely a unique roll. You definitely should have one in your bag. I think it fits anyone's game. You've seen 3 of us. We're 3 completely different games, and all 3 of us can get to the pocket. A couple bad shots on my end, a couple bad hits on Fitz's end, but I mean, it doesn't take away from what the ball really does.
Right. Yeah, again, guys, this is not the easiest center in the valley, that's for sure. So, Michael, anything you would like to throw out there?
First of all, I'm saying thank you for starting us on lane 25, not 20, or so we can finish on 25. If I had to bowl the 10 frame on 26, I probably would have lost my ball to Jonesy here. But no, the balls are great. Like I said, the NV Tour Pearl is definitely, like you guys said, ball for later in the block. Fronts are kind of going away, mids are going away, and you're moving inside. You don't want something that's too overly aggressive off the spot.
Yeah.
But something that's definitely going to corner for you, with it being still an asymmetric ball, but with such low intermediate, it will control that break shape just a little bit.
Right. So the best way I could describe it earlier, tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I feel like this ball is literally the stepping stone from when I, start to open up the lane a little bit too much with my Evo response. I would probably go to this, and then the next ball from there would maybe be like a GB4 hybrid.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's the progression down, but
Yeah.
real strong ASIM, with a really big core in it for stepping to this just before you go to a pretty big symmetric core.
Right.
GB4's got what 050.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
So,
Yeah, and my thought on that is, that it's definitely stronger front to back than the GB4 hybrid, but it's very similar motion. So,
Nope, I agree.
Yep.
100%.
guys, thanks for tuning in. Comment, like, subscribe.
So you can get my bowling ball. Take care of it for me, please.
Take care of your orders. Send those receipts in. Get yourself a really nice hammer sweatshirt, pullover, hoodie. 7 days from the release date of this video, we choose the winner. Peace out, guys.
Yep, see you later.